one big stretch. Okay? So now we're going to do, it's called the founder's routine, and this is it counters all the sitting and all that kind of stuff that you do. We don't use our posterior chain enough. Our posterior chain is your glutes, the muscles along your lower back, and your hamstrings. So I want you to fire those muscles. So first thing you got to do is you got to use your upper body. You got to learn to be a hinge. Okay? So when I'm going to say a hinge, we're straight in one plane. My hinge is going to be right at my hip joints. I have two ball hip joints that go into the socket, and when I have you bend, I'm only going to want you to bend at that hip joint. So that's how I'm going to want you to bend. I don't want you to bend your knees. I don't want you to bend your spine. Everything's going to be straight. It's like you have a rod down your spine, okay, and then from here on you're straight. And so I'm going to bend straight at the waist, at that hip joint. There's my hinge. So I'm just a hinge, just like this. So that's what I want you to become. Now when you become a hinge, if you do it right, I want you to use your glutes, okay, to hinge yourself. So when you do a hinge, you're going to feel like you push your hips back, and you feel like your butt, when you're down here, your butt pulls you back up. I want you to contract your glutes and pull yourself back up. So we don't use your lower back. All right? Your lower back is perfectly straight. It won't have to work. If you let your lower back round, if I let my lower back round like that, then everything else is working, and I'm extending and stuff, and you're going to hyperextend your spine. I want you to be flat, all right, and then drop straight at the hinge and come back up. Okay, so that's the first key of that. So when we do this, I'm going to put you in a position where your legs are, both toes are facing forward. We're going to be at different leg lengths, but right now we'll go shoulder width or slightly wider. And then I'm going to have you slightly bend your knees. So you're like in an athletic position where your knees are bent, but now you're the hinge. So when I do this exercise, again, I'm going to be bent knees. My knees will not bend anymore or straighten. So as I bend over, my knee angle stays the same, but I'm just hinging right there. So I want you to hinge there. Okay? So that's the concept. Now, I'll have you just watch for a second. When you'll do this, you are going to face up something like the edge of this table is where you'll do it, okay? So when we do this position, you're going to square up to it, and what we'll have you do is bend your knees. Your spine is super straight. I'm going to have you bend to about 20 degrees here, okay? And then I'm going to lean back so all your weight's on your heels, so you can wiggle your toes. But my spine is perfectly straight. I'm not bent like this. My spine is straight through. I'm not hyperextended, and I don't want to curve here either. So I want to pull my pelvis back so I'm just totally flat. All right, there's my position. And I'm going to have you hold these positions so you feel it. That's position one. Position two, I call it jumping in a pool. So you're on the edge of the thing, you're getting ready to dive in the pool. I want your thumbs to rotate out. I want you to pull your shoulder blades together, and I want you to straighten your arms as much as you can. All right, that's position two. Position three, nothing's going to move. I have a basketball, and I'm holding the basketball way out here. That's position three. Position four, now my hinge comes in. I'm going to hinge. My knees aren't going to bend anything. I'm just bending from that hinge joint until I hit this table. When I hit it, I'm going to walk out, and now I'm just going to relax and feel this stretch. Okay, that's going to be position four. Position five, I'm going to tell you to slowly load your spine and let go. Now I'm going to stay right at 90 degrees. Okay? Position six, I'm going to put my hands down. I'm going to crawl up to my fingertips are right at my knees. That's how high I want to be, and boom, I'm back in the pool. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through these positions, all right? So, find yourself at the edge of the table.